we go. Hello! Welcome to Train Sim World 5. What may be one of the last videos using Train Sim World 5. Though it'll be end of the month before I can get 6. I have currently re-downloaded Train Sim Classic so I can do some Halloween trains starting next week. So that I've got some spooky stuff. Turn the volume on my iPad down so I can monitor what's going on. Right. I'll try that again now that it's gone on my iPad. Welcome to this Friday night live stream. I'll be doing random driving on routes that I know work without too much stuttering. So let's go to America to start with. Do a hit the wrong button then. Scenario. Clean and tidy. Join a service on its final steps into San Jose before taking the train out of service and operating it back to the Central Equipment Maintenance and Operations facility just north of the station. That looks like it'll be interesting. This is a route that you can no longer get because Dovetail couldn't renew the license for Caltrain. So I got it back in February when it was just about to be taken off. I didn't manage to get the extra stock that I could get because I couldn't quite afford it at the time. It's a route that was designed for Train Sim World 2, but all the routes are backward or forward compatible, basically. Climb aboard and complete the remaining stops to San Jose. Diridan. Okay, so I've got to open the door, climb up, close the door. It's a bit dark, but I'll do what I always do, which is open window. Unlock the doors. Is the handle in? Press that in. Where is it? Reverse it in and forward. So that's... Oh, we're on a gradient. I need to have brakes. Like that. Headlights. Where's the headlight button? Never remember with this. Ditch lights. Somewhere. Ooh, there's another camera. Headlights. That's control fuel pumps. Generator field. Gauge lights. Step lights. That was a bit of help. Can't remember how to turn the headlights on full. Come on, I've locked it. There we go, the doors are locked. Release the brakes. Ah, there we go. Headlights rear. Don't know. We've got the signal, which is yellow. While I'm starting off, I will look for the headlights. Dynamic brake off. Step lights. the ditch lights. Headlights rear. Okay, I don't know where they are. Oh, I can see now. Headlights are on enough. So we've got to get to Santa Clara in 4 minutes. And we've got a 50-mile-an-hour speed limit coming up. These units don't show the max speed. We're in unit 918, or Loco 918. That's its fleet number. Don't know how to turn that on. Get a bit of speed. Can I open the other window? No, not without getting up. Okay. Do a bit of coasting because we'll be at the 50-mile-an-hour limit just up here, which is where we go from the station line to main. And then it goes back up to 70 when the whole train's into it. Oh, it's back up to 70 now. That's a bit different. Okay. And we've got 2.5 miles before Santa Clara. Hopefully I'll be on time. I have no idea how to turn the safety devices on this. Even though I can make them click, I don't know how to turn them on. Green, oh, flashing green, so that must be yellow. Okay. It's been a while since I've driven this route. I mean, I've only done 2 of the scenarios and I've done none of the timetable services. So, we're doing 68 miles an hour. Got a speedo just there, 70 miles an hour. Which is meant to be the speed limit. But it's showing that I can do 80. Okay. I'm going to be slowing down shortly because that's Santa Clara that's just appeared in the track diagram there. Trying to stop in the station is going to be interesting. Start slowing down. There's the yellow before the station. Be doing around 30 by the time we get to the start of the station. Going a bit too slow. Come on, a bit more speed. I do hate the way the bell comes on automatically when you sound the horn. It means I have to manually turn it off. And yes, you're supposed to have the bell on when you're in the station platform, but it can be really annoying. I'll just have it on while I come to a stop. And that is good. Stopping. check out the window as people get on board. It's a lovely evening, nice and clear, with the moon. Keep an eye on the passenger loading bit, which is this bar. It's about halfway. I can completely release the brakes because we're not on a gradient. Next signal is currently red, so can't go anywhere until it clears. Either yellow or green, don't know which it'll be. We're a little bit on the late side. Signal should have cleared by now. Doors are locked. Signal's cleared. Supposed to stop with the cab where it says spot cab, so I was a little bit short, but not done too badly. Really. As I said, it's been quite a while since I last drove on this route. Route that was designed or released for Train Sim World 2. We're now on Train Sim World 5. Well, this one's Train Sim World 5, but Train Sim World 6 is now out. I will be getting Train Sim World 6, but it's most likely going to be the end of the month. Because I want the version where you get both the 3 new routes plus the 2 extra trains, and that's 65 quid. So it's not cheap, but it's supposed to be better. I mean, you get random malfunctions on the 3 new routes, as well as on-board train announcements. Yes, that occurs on the Bernina Express line, but got a while before, got a 40 mile an hour speed restriction, so I'm going to have to bring the speed down. Looks like we've got a junction to go over. We can speed up a little bit before we get to San Jose, which is the end of this particular train's run, where we shut down the cab. Yeah, I might be slightly late getting in there, but 20 mile an hour limit coming up is for San Jose, because that is a terminus and we don't want to be going too fast, so we need to stop before we get to the buffer stop. That's obviously where the trains get stored, so it's not a long journey to get back here. There we go, there's Caltrain. That's the depot. We've got 0.8 miles before we get to San Jose. At least I know how to pronounce some place names in the US. Though some Americans would actually call it San Jose, which is completely wrong, because it's a Spanish name. rather than English. So J's are pronounced as a Y, San, or in that case a H, San Jose. Down to 20 because it's 20 immediately after the signal. Ooh, there's a catch point. Nice that they got that modelled. Probably wouldn't work, but... Right. Speed is coming down naturally at the moment, because we're going up a slight gradient. Slight, 1 in 286. 1 in 400 now, so it's easing off. Probably be down at 10 by the time I get to it without having to use the brake. Maybe not, so a little bit of brake. The 10 is at the signal, so I need to... There we go. Silence the bell for a few seconds until we get into platform. Tiny bit of throttle so I don't stall. And we are going to the right slightly. Okay. Have the bell going. Switch to this side so I can see. Nice that the digital displays actually work and show you what's coming in. And nearly time to do the brake. Slightly far, but that's done. Unlock doors. Everyone gets off. Shut up, bell. Must admit, Caltrain livery is very basic, but it does look a lot like the liveries done by some of the British railways now, white and red. Okay, locking doors. What do I do? Time to take this train out of service. Okay, what do I do for that? Do I have to go back in the cab? Soon find out. Oh, that's how you turn all the systems on. Right. Reverse it to neutral. And take that. Oh, can't do it. That off. That off. That off. Brakes to cut out, which is... Oh, wrong bit. Just put that to lap and then I can do cut out, which is that. And then head to the rear cab and prepare to depart. Oh, I want to go out the other door. That way I'm on the platform. Climb down the stairs. Close the door. And walk along the train. Using the platform because it's easier. I have no idea what the collectibles on this route are. There's always route maps. Okay, I have to get in here. And can I close the door from in here? There we go.
The doors are about to close.
How do I get up there? There it is. Climb up the steps. Hello, empty train. There's the door I have to go in. I'm going to leave that door open. I'm the only one in the train. Open window. Let some air in. Switch the keyboard to, or the mouse to that mode. Switch all of them on. Reverser in and that way. Release the brakes. We've got a yellow. Why am I not able to... Oh, I've got to do the cutting, that's why. There we go. And forward we go. Put that up, I can see better. We now go Caltran CEMOF has manual switch junctions. Ensure that you are set correctly before proceeding. Right, it's set into there. Which line have I got to go into? That's the question. Which way are these points set? That's set that way, so... Nope, that's now set the other way. That's set the right 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 way. That's set right. That's set right. And that is North Lead. College Park. Oh, I'm going too fast. Slow down. Where's College Park on the map? Does it say? What's that say? Central Maintenance Facility. College... Yeah, it's just where it said. Okay. Release the brakes again and... There we go, I can see what I'm doing. I forgot to put the headlights on. It's a weird cab, this. Defroster. Marker light. On. Gauge lights so I can see. Crossing light off. Cab light. Can see everything then. I've turned all of them on. Going a little fast, but that's the bell. That's the sander. Definitely going too fast. Bring the speed down a little. There we go, 10 miles an hour. We're going downhill slightly, so don't know what those do. We just have to go straight through to where it says College Park. I'm sure there's more after that. College Park, car washer, refueling, apply the brakes and set the reverser to neutral. Remove the fuel cap from the... Ooh, you get to load fuel up. Okay, that's something I've never seen done before. Just apply the brakes a little bit so that I'm not speeding too much. Speeding isn't good, but I'm doing the best I can. Normally you wouldn't be driving with the cab lights on, but it just means I can see everything. What do those switches do? Nothing. That's contacting signal. Horn. Bail switch, I don't know what that is. Reverser, throttle, brake. HEP. Panel light dimmer. Manual crossing light. That's better, I can see even more clearly. Tiny bit of throttle just so I'm not going to stall out. And cut it again. Takes a bit of time with the loco being at the far end of the train, but braking, because it's passenger, the whole train has the brakes come on relatively quickly, because passenger trains aren't that long. If it was freight, it takes a bit longer. There's the red dots for where I have to stop. And because I'll have to get out anyway, I can switch the points myself to do the train wash, which is going to be slow, because you can't go fast through it. I think the maximum is 10 miles an hour. Nearly where I have to stop, which is just before the red. Let's have a zoom in. It's ground signal. I have to stop before I get near that red, otherwise the scenario will end, which I don't want. Stop. The train requires a wash and refueling before being tied down. Take it slow through the train wash, then proceed to the service and inspection area. Okay, turn the headlights off. Don't I have to switch? Let's just do the points. Wrong one. That'll stop me sliding while I do the points. Which is... Ooh, am I on the point? Can I switch the point? Yes. Now I need to do that. Where's the fueling? Okay, what's the fueling track I need? Doesn't say. Okay. Am I going to have to drive this way to do the wash? Because it's not told me to get into the other cab. Release the brakes. And crawl. Still 10 miles an hour, maximum. I might have to go this method so I can see what the loco's doing. Headlights still on slightly. A little bit of power. Just have to make sure I stop by the fuel pumps. It's interesting doing something like this. Oh, I've gone inside the loco. Yeah, it's on... Is that the correct place? Come on, come on. Yes, it is set the right way. That's good. Set to the correct track. I have to stop with the loco in the correct place. Get out. And connect the fueling pipe. Honestly didn't know you could do that. I've known you can do freight loading. Didn't know you could do refueling with a diesel. Something different. I'm going to have to be like this, otherwise it's just going to keep zooming in and out as we go past all these pillars, I think. I'll try this one first. Oh, it didn't. That's good. So I can be over like this and see where the stop point is. Normally you'd have the bell going while you're shunting like this, because it warns any people on the ground that there's a train moving. But the bell gets annoying when you're doing it in Train Sim. Nearly at the point where we have to stop. And if I stop accurately, then doing the fueling up will be relatively easy. That's good. Right. Back into cab. Wrong bit. Right. Apply the brakes and set the reverser to neutral. Set that to lap because it'll be quiet. Now it's head to the other end. No, don't want to climb up the steps. I want to close the door.
Caution.
Oh,
The
of
doors
course.
are
I've got to
about to close.
try and... There's the door. Get out this
The
side.
doors are about to close.
Then close that door.
Caution. The doors are about to close.
I can walk up this side without any issue. Got to go in and set the reverser to neutral in there, or put the brakes on. Obviously I should have got out and swapped to the cab. But it didn't say that. So just sit down, set the brake to service. Remove the fuel cap from the loco. Climb down. Means going round. Fuel cap off. That's cool. And then we go and begin refueling. Replace the fuel hose. And replace the cap. That's cool, that is. That's it for today. Thanks for securing the train. That was cool. Never done that before, so that was actually really quite fun. And of course, my iPad's frozen. So I don't know what's going on. My internet hub's just played up. No, oh, I have to go over there. Okay. Then that's it. Right. Come on, iPad. There we go. A little bit of speeding. Gold medal. Stopped where I was meant to. That's that one done. Now we'll go back to main menu. And... trying to think what would be an interesting train to drive. Whether that would be... Southeastern High Speed's quite interesting, or it can be. And I know my laptop doesn't struggle with that. Though, for some reason, it's not showing. Oh, there it is. What else have I got that's got some interesting scenarios? How many scenarios? I've done one scenario, which is the gala. The others are quite long. And I've got an early start tomorrow, so I don't really want to be doing long scenarios. Let's have a look on here. That one is tunnel, mostly, so it's not really that good. I want one that's a reasonable length, but isn't just in the tunnel. Ashford to London. Oh, I've done that one. Ah. Railhead treatment train? Can't remember how to turn the railhead treatment stuff on. That's the problem. I like doing the high speed ones because they're quite good. That one only just comes out of the tunnels. That one is just in the tunnels. That one's overnight, so it's not going to be that good. Yeah, let's do the extra service. Extended service. Take control of a 465/9 between the extended Roaster to Faversham route. Basically, the original high speed, Southeastern high speed, finished at Roaster. Faversham was added as an extra few miles on the third rail rather than the HS2. HS1. High speed 1. High speed 2 isn't even finished yet. Okay, play now in early access. It's been out since the 30th of September. So it's not early access anymore. I will be getting Train Sim World 6, as I keep saying, because it's an upgrade to Train Sim World 5. You get extra things like random train breakdowns, announcements on board trains for the new routes, and random events that happen. Welcome to Roaster Station. Please await the arrival of your train from London Victoria. Nice little station, this. Don't know any of the collectibles. Collectibles are the random things like route maps. See if there is any down here. If we're on this platform, that probably is. There's one. Over the other side, I'm going to be naughty and cross over. That's a route map. There we go. I placed 7 of 25. So I've done a few on this route. There's the newspaper bin. Filled. 3 of 25 done. There's usually a third. The collectibles and things like that are just an extra added in. Just so that you're not just driving trains. Train Sim Classic, you don't get to walk around. It's just driving trains. There's another route map. And help point. Oh, there's my train. Do I get in? Yep. Open the door. Weird place to put a seat. Right next to the door. Right, master key 2 on. Reverser to neutral. I know there is something in here that I need to turn on. Where is it? Set reverser to forward. Reset the DRA. That's the driver that's done that previous driver, and then Chatham 4 minutes. One of these switches is AWS. TPWS. Door control. Traction. And supply. Where's AWS? I like having that switched on. Makes it so... Oh, nearly speeding then. I can't remember. Not 0.6 miles. There is a switch for turning. Yeah, it's one of these. Train lights, day running. The other side of this tunnel is Chatham. AWS. There we go. That's what I wanted. Gives me more action points at the end of the day. We're about to go into Chatham. Once we're through the tunnel. Just apply a little bit of power. I'm going to be maybe a bit early. That doesn't matter. It's better to be early than late. And I'm not going to try and operate to British Rail time, which is anything up to 15 minutes late. This is a diesel loco, or diesel multiple unit on Third Rail. I know it's a DMU because I've done a reskin and done my own non-original scenario on West Somerset using this class. There we go. Perfect stop. Ah, there's one circuit board. There's all them. That's what I want. I think this is the DMU version. Oh no, it's got... It's got pickup shoes, so it's not. It is Third Rail. Okay. If I go out that way, I can see the door better. I'll close the door early. Like so. That way, when it's time to go, I can just do that. Here, it's an electric. I am so used to that sound. The electric units that call into the station here make that sound. It's the traction motors firing up. Next stop, Gillingham. Or Gillingham. I can never remember the correct pronunciation of that. There's a yellow ahead. This extension was done for Train Sim World 4. The original London to the original High Speed 1 route was done for TSW 2. So they did an upgrade. 1 mile to Gillingham. I'm going to pronounce it how I'm used to pronouncing it. We'll be there early again. I always say we when I'm doing these. I honestly don't know why I say it, but it's habit now, and I'm not going to change. Well, tiny bit of stuttering then, but 35 frames a second. That's why I'm doing these routes, because doing something like East Coast Main Line, Mittenwaldbahn, which is a gorgeous route, or even West Coast Main Line South is not good because my laptop doesn't cope. Slowing down for Gillingham. And putting the brake on. We are going to be fraction earlier than timetable, but as I said, it's better to be early than late. Right, I will have to leave the brake on once I've stopped, even though it won't move once the doors are open. Yeah, we're 10 seconds early. There we go. Gillingham Station. Completely remodelled. Not that long ago, to be honest. Loading passengers. It's a bit of a modern looking station. Doesn't look as nice as it could do. I mean, it just looks like boxes. There's no architectural flair to it. Okay, we're a little bit late now, because I was looking at the station. Off we go. Go back to head out view, because that's how I like driving. I just have to accelerate as fast as I can. Rainham. Next stop. In 2.8 miles. There's another one of these units. Must be a 465 that I've reskinned, which is the DMU version. Made it look as though it's Great Western with West Somerset Railway on the side. One thing you really miss with modern railways, the clickety-clack of jointed track. I did not intend that to rhyme, but the old clickety-clack, clickety-clack, clickety-clack as the wheels went over the guns was so relaxing. Now all you get is a whir, which it's not got any character. Sorry if you can hear the noise in the background. Someone's just pulled up for one of the pubs outside with a very loud engine. .5 miles, I'll start putting power out. Gonna get a AWS alarm. Oh no, I'm not. It's cleared. 1.2 miles. I'm going all the way to Fareham. So that's something a bit different to normal. The image I used as the thumbnail for this was taken on West Somerset Railway. It's one of the bracket signals. Slow down pretty rapidly. I'm early again. Mainly because I got up to speed pretty quickly. And that'll be an alarm. As long as I silence the AWS alarm, it won't apply the brakes hard. And then I can just coast like this. Interesting bridge. Considering modern platforms are meant to be step free, there's no lifts on that bridge. And that doesn't look like a ramp. Okay. Unlock the doors. I arrived a little bit early again. Just watch people get on and make sure no one blocks any doors. That's something else that is a feature on Train Sim World 6. People blocking doors, and you have to go and ask them to move. Even as driver. Got a little bit of a wait. We're on a level platform, so I can set the brakes to that. Do the doors a bit early. And off we go. Next stop, 2.6 miles, Newington. Past a old Southern Railway signal box. When I do have Train Sim World 6, I'm going to get the what they call the deluxe one, which is the 3 new routes plus I think it's just 2 new trains. Class 220 Voyager in cross-country livery and a German train that I have no idea what it is. I went a bit fast over that. Oh well. I was thinking 1.9 miles to Newington. Gonna be there early. I don't know what these units can actually do. I think next live stream I do, which will probably be 2 weeks' time, will be done using Train Sim Classic, because I can then do the Trent Valley line. It's not yet been made for Train Sim World, despite being a pretty good line, traffic wise and scenery wise. Speed limit just after the station, so there's also a red at the station, so I'll have to stop for a few seconds. This is a nice looking line. A few bushes growing onto the track. Let's bring the speed down a bit more. A little bit of coasting. Just get to the point that I'm supposed to stop. And we're a minute early. Through the door. Seeing as I'm a minute early, I'm going to fill those newspapers up. And then close my door. There we go, back into that view. We've got over a minute before we can go. Signal's green now, but we've got over a minute. Just waiting the time out. Don't you want to get on the train? Or are you just waiting for the next one? Okay. Random. People are waiting for the next train rather than the one that's in the platform. That's weird. £40-mile-an-hour speed limit while we do the junction. At least I noticed it this time, which is why I'm not accelerating so harshly. Now I can accelerate rapidly again. Ooh, a whistle sign. A 70-mile-an-hour limit here. By the sound of it, there's people outside my window. Really annoying. It's a bit where we go waiting. We've got 2.4 miles before Sittingbourne. Another whistle sign. 80-mile-an-hour board. Miles. Sittingbourne is where the Sittingbourne and Kelmsley Light Railway is. 2.6 gauge former Bowwaters Paper Mill Railway. Oops, bit too fast. And it's just appearing on the track display. Gets to a mile, I'll start applying the brakes. As I said, this is a lovely route. Wonder where that goes. It's a lovely route. It runs well on my laptop. It's a triangular junction. Oh, it just goes to a dead end. Okay. Nice to know. Going to be early into Sittingbourne again. That doesn't really matter. Don't mind being early. As I keep saying, it's better to be early than late. Put the brakes on a bit harder. It's got a vending machine on the platform. And try and stop in the right place. Don't want to overshoot and don't want to be stop short. There we go. 20 seconds early. I am getting pretty good at this stopping and getting the journey times right now. It's taken me a lot of practice. And there's Sittingbourne. I don't know where the narrow gauge railway was or is. Just that Rudyard here used to have connection to it. Closing door, going back in cab. I'll drive from the cab for a bit rather than going in the heads out view. And forward we go. Have I got that window open? No. No, I have. I can hear things better if the windows are open. 80-mile-an-hour section. We've got 3.1 miles before Tyneham. I don't know how to say that one. I'm not from down south. So some of the names I don't know. How many more stations have I got? Tyneham and then Faversham. Set the reverse to neutral. Set power brake to P3. Reverse it to off. Master key to off and leave the train. Okay, not much more. 2 more stations. I do keep looking across at my iPad because it lets me know if people are commenting and how many people are watching. currently, I'm the only one watching. Really nice talking to yourself at times. Unlike many commercial YouTubers, I don't do this for commercial gain or because I have to. I do it because I enjoy doing it. This video becomes a regular video once the stream ends, so anyone who's watching it effectively on catch up, it's effectively another train sim video that I've not had to do any editing for. Yes, it doesn't include my subscription screen and then banner screen, but when I've had a week where I've just not been in the right frame of mind to do videos, as I have this week, doing something like this is easier than trying to spend ages recording and then editing a video. And now that I've finished the Thomas the Tank Engine videos, at least for a bit, unless they do an update, like adding Gordon, Henry, James, Edward, Duck, then for me to use them further, oh, there's a newspaper bin. For me to use them further, I have to make my own scenarios. I am trying to do one where Thomas goes up the West Coast Main Line, which, once the Birmingham to Crewe bit's done, that will be included. Interesting bridge. Oh, it's a level crossing. Okay. So the footbridge is so that pedestrians can get across when the barriers are down. That's rather fun. Okay. Didn't realise it was a level crossing. I can see the crossing lights now, and they're going. Even though I'm just sitting still in the station. Real life, they'd probably be manually set. Oh, doing that, there is a route I'd love to see on Train Sim World. Cambrian coastline from Shrewsbury to both Aberystwyth and Pwllheli. That would be a brilliant route. Yes, it's slow, but it's got some potentially interesting trains. You can do rail tours up there. I mean, last month the Britannic Explorer went to Pwllheli, and before they put ERTMS on the line, you had steam. Driving the steam engine over Tallaghdig Bank would be an interesting challenge. It was available on the original Train Simulator, which was Microsoft Train Sim, and I was one of those lucky enough to beta test it. It hasn't been on Train Sim Classic or Train Sim World. I really would like it on one or the other. Train Sim Classic, you got more steam engines, so doing a steam rail tour up there would be a lot easier. But Train Sim World, you can get out and explore, which is something that would be good on that route. It's a decent length. You've got the junction at Dovey Junction, Aberdyfi. Not Aberdyfi. Aberdyfi is north of Dovey Junction. It's the next station along. Kinvor, Dovey. I have to remember what the Welshwood Junction was then. Kinvor, Dovey. Being able to go to either Aberystwyth and then modelling the Vale of Rydal would be really interesting. I mean, they've done the Corris in Train Sim Classic. Didn't see the 60 mile an hour speed limit there. As I was saying, they've done the Corris, which is a 2-foot 3-inch gauge, narrow gauge railway. Okay, it's not the full Corris. It's Maze Perth to Corris and the potential or future extension to Tanacoid, I think it is. Under the Wood in English. That's actually quite a good route. Short, but that's on Train Sim Classic. There's someone who's done the Festiniog and Welsh Highlands, also on Train Simulator Classic. Oh, we're at Faversham already. I lost track of where we were. Get the alarm. And we just stop. Faversham is the end of this line. So stop. Do the doors. And no, reverse her into off. Switch. Where is it? Train lights. Train fault light. Train fault dimmer. Ah, it's that one up there, isn't it? Yeah. Isolate the AWS. DSD. Vigilance. Making sure everything's switched off that needs to be switched off. Okay, tail light should have been off. Brake is going into B3. And then I can remove the master key. Oh no, I can't. I need the master key in. Otherwise I can't do the... close the doors. Don't know why it said to put the reverser into neutral. Where's my mouse? There. And leave the train. Let me just close the windows. My way of leaving the train. I'm going to go out through. Sorry, but the train's been put to bed. It's the end of the line. Thank you for completing this run. Let's see how you did. A little bit speeding. It's a 465. Thought they were diesel. I don't know. Didn't realise they were electric. Yeah, a little bit of speeding. In terms of stopping, Chatham 2.69 yards, Gillingham 3.8, Rainham the closest 1.18 yards, Newington 4.9, so 5 yards, Sittingbourne 3.5 yards, Tainham, or Tainham, however you pronounce it, 8.3 yards, Faversham 4.6. Not done too badly. Can't get any higher than a gold medal on that route because of its age. So that was good. I'm going to do another half an hour. So I'll look for a scenario that's about half an hour. I do have an early morning tomorrow as I'm going to the Great Electric Train Show, which is Hornby Magazine's annual model railway exhibition in Milton Keynes. I'm going to try and do some filming. There is going to be a video uploaded for tomorrow, which is the Locomotion Services Limited Chairman's Train coming through here today at, it came through at just after 11:50, hauled by Class 90 90026 in their version of the old LNWR livery, lined black. It looks gorgeous. Right, I'm going to do a route, bit on the old East Coastway, which is a Train Sim 1 route. So this will definitely run. Operate a non-stop run between Brighton and Eastbourne as part of a special train running along the south. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, it's a bit more than half an hour, but it's non-stop. I'll still obey the speed limits. It's an electric route. Class 377, I think. Brighton to Eastbourne. It's another route that's old, so there won't be any stuttering. And it should be fairly simple. I know there are some speed restrictions on the route, because I've done some of the timetable services. Here we go, Enthusiast Excursion. I think that would be my train. Welcome to Brighton. A special enthusiast train has been laid on to explore the south coast. You'll be operating the train as far as Eastbourne. For a route that was made for Train Sim 1, or Train Sim World 1, it's not badly detailed, this route. Yes, it's had an upgrade when, I think it was Train Sim World 3 came out, but it's still got a fair bit of detail for quite an old route. I can remember this being on Train Sim World 1 because I had it on my PlayStation account, which had got just Transim World 1 and 2. Oh, you let me in. Right. Door. Master key. Reverser 2 forward. Prepare the train and await departure. So that's... where's the... headlights to day. Tail lights off. Don't need that. Master control board. Do the doors. I'm looking for my favourite thing. Is it any of these switches? Nope. Can I... that just shows me that screen. Okay. That's emergency brake. Uncouple. I'm just looking if there is... that's the horn. Wiper. I want to try and get as many action points as I can. Okay, proceed when the signal permits. It does. Got a speed limit leaving the station. Obviously, AWS is not able to be activated. Notice board light, signal. Go via lose. You've got... yeah, you can do the vigilance stuff, but it doesn't have anything to turn the AWS on, which is a bit bad. Can I do the window? Yep. Ooh, we're on the viaduct out of Brighton. It's a basic route. There is a more up-to-date version, but it's still playable. And, well, I'll get to the end of this, find where find out if there is something to turn AWS on. Got 30 mph speed limit now. Higher speed limit now. That looks to be 55 maybe. First time I've driven Class 377 in something other than training module. It's nice that you have training modules that show you how to drive the trains. You've got the training centre, which is free if you just want somewhere to drive trains without any dedicated routes. Oh, it's 55 mph speed limit here, not 60. Then it goes up to 75. got 6.1 miles before Lewes. How many? Shouldn't take too long. If I go as close to the speed limit as I can. Just make sure I keep an eye on the track condition display. There's a 60 mile an hour speed limit in a mile. Which I can't remember where that goes round. Oh, coast. We're going uphill anyway, so it'll slow me down. I think Lewes is halfway along the line. Or Lou. I don't know how that one's pronounced. It's another south of the country location. I don't think in reality these units are this quiet. There's no rail noise. Go in this view. Oh, it's got a camera. That must be so that the driver can see the platform. That's an 8-coach class 377. We're going up quite a steep gradient, 1 in 93. And we're about to go into a tunnel. And the speed limit goes up while we're in the tunnel. That's good. $70 miles an hour. We're back on level track. Going downhill so I can just coast. What's off that? Ooh, a bit too fast. Let's slow down a little bit. 1 in 90 down. No wonder I sped up. It's amazing that the model has got dirt on it. It's not something you'd expect for a route of this age. Yes, the cameras for driver only operation are correctly modelled. But you don't expect to see random bits of dirt. Got a 55 mile an hour speed limit coming up, so I'm going to start slowing down for it. As I said, I'm going to try and do the speed limits. Sometimes it can be very difficult, especially when you're going down quite a steep gradient or incline. 1 in 88 now. I'll just keep doing a little bit of braking and then releasing the brake when I get about there. Speed goes down to 55. And it's dropping even more. 10 mile an hour. Which is Lewes. Which is a junction station. As I said, I've done this route before. Just not the not on PC that much. Got it on my PlayStation account, which has got just Train Sim World 1 and Train Sim World 2. Unfortunately, you cannot transfer the routes you've got from that onto PC. Because there's a Canadian route I've got on that, which is actually quite fun. Trying to bring the speed down at a gentle rate. There's where the 10 mile an hour is, so I need a little bit more braking. Drop it to about 8. Because we're still going downhill slightly. It can go up to 10.9 before it says I'm speeding. We don't have to stop in Lewes. We just pass through at a slow speed. And the reason we pass through is because it's a junction. There's running inboard. And the old station building. Next stop, Eastbourne. In 14 miles. We've got a green signal. There's the other line. There is a scenario that starts on there to go to Eastbourne. But I've not done that in a long time. Back when Train Sim World 2 was new. So that's at least 4 years, possibly longer. Wait for the speed limit to go up, and then I can accelerate again. Flange squeal is really pronounced on this section. Come on, we're supposed to be out of the junction by now. There we go, I can go up to 20. Now I can get up to 40. This side with all the dirt on the outside. Just doing a nice gentle speed increase. I've got just over 15 minutes to get to Eastbourne. Should be able to do it. once the entire train is into the 60-mile-an-hour section, which isn't yet, I can accelerate better, like that. Get up to 60. Didn't see the whistle sign for that. We're on level track again. Good job we're going this way and not over there. Now we're on a 70-mile-an-hour section, which goes up to 80. Got 12 miles before Eastbourne. I'm not accelerating harshly at the moment because we're not going to be into the 80-mile-an-hour section just yet. We are now 2 miles before it goes up to 90. Getting a little bit of rail noise now, which is good. A little bit of coasting, or a little bit of power because we're going up a slight gradient. Engineer's siding out of use. Because I haven't been able to turn AWS on. Going past yellow signals will not give me the AWS buzzer. It's a bit of a shame. But at least I'm getting reasonable action points. Another 8-coach train going in the other direction. Should be going up to 90 now. I was half a second early. I think 90 is the maximum speed on this line. Let's have a look at what the speed limit or speed restriction on these units is. Max speed 100. Okay. Hundred's not too bad. Don't know how to do anything with that, unfortunately. Another level crossing. That one's automated, so there's no whistle sign. There will come a time when I work out how to turn AWS on this. I don't know when that'll be, but I will learn how to do it. Gives you more action points, but it's not something that gets shown in the training modules. Could do with having it shown in the training modules, but they don't do it. don't have to worry about whistling for those crossings because we're on a straight section of track. You only have to whistle, as in this bit, if the crossing after a bend, like this. No, that's for that one. Weird. Because normally, just whistle if it's a bend. Ooh, we've got an 80 mph speed limit up ahead. A little bit of braking for that. Don't know what station that is. That signal was close to the cab. There we go. I'll go back to there. No, I won't because we're going downhill. It's only a short section at 80, but it's long enough for the whole train. It's just that bridge. Right, it's back up to 90. Get back up to 90. Even that short section, if I've been going at nearly 90, would have been, it would have lost me something like 60 action points. I'm trying to get as many action points as I can. Speeding does not give you action points, it removes them. I prefer not to lose them. And that would have been overspeeding as well. It allows you up to 5 miles an hour. Over the speed limit. Right, 4.4 miles to Eastbourne. Oh, I'm a bit over. It's because we're going downhill now, so it will start accelerating again. And there's a 35 mile an hour speed limit coming up. Followed by a 70. I just need to make sure I'm going at 35, otherwise I will lose a lot of action points. That's immediately after this station. At least sounding the horn on a British loco doesn't have a bell ringing like it does in America. So I can sound horns when I go through stations and not worry. Oh, there's work along here. That would explain the 35 mile an hour speed limit. Okay, plus it's a tight bend. And it's not a tilting train, so it wouldn't be able to go around at speed. There's the 70 board. By the time we're fully round the bend, we can speed up again. Yep. Speed back up. 3.5 miles to Eastbourne, where we unload our or do the passenger bit and shut down the cab. Before letting the relief driver take over. Just means that it's possible to do this entire line in 40 minutes. Which isn't too bad. Really. Just shows it's not a very long route, really. Right, I'm going a bit too quick. Put power a bit more. Just over 2.5 miles. And should be about 4 minutes to get there. Trailing junction. There's a 55-mile-an-hour limit in 1.5 miles, and that will be until Eastbourne. I'll just maintain the 70-mile-an-hour at the moment. Start slowing down to 55, nice and gradually. Don't need to do hard braking. I'll just do it gently because it's better for the passengers. 1.2 miles to Eastbourne. I'm at 55. Then it drops to 25 before we get to Eastbourne. I can get down to that from the 55 point. There's the 55. Watching the distance to that 25-mile-an-hour limit. And just bringing my speed down at a nice, gentle rate. 25 limit means it's got junctions around it. I'm going to go this side, I can see what's coming up ahead. The signal with the 25-mile-an-hour mark behind it, and we are in the speed limit. Now I just coast until I'm nearly in the station, which is there. This would be a good route for doing a steam rail tour on, if they did some southern region steam engines. Something like a West Country or Battle of Britain, either original air smooth form or rebuilt. Because Eastbourne does see rail... Oh, I got the wrong... Why, silly me. Eastbourne does see rail tours. Plenty of videos available on YouTube of rail tours calling it Eastbourne. Into a nice safe stop at the right place. And that was an enjoyable run. Thank you for ensuring it remained fault-free. Do I have to let the passengers off? Let's have a look. Yes. passengers. Then it's set direction switch to off. Power brake to B3, which it already is. Set master key to off, and then climb down. That's what I wanted. So I need to go into there. Back of the train. Red lights. Close the doors. Close the windows. Got 9 seconds before I can turn everything off. That's it for now. Another driver will be operating the train for the rest of the leg to Hastings, disembark to complete this journey. Well, basically, they can't go any further that way because there's the buffer stops. And that is the train I've been driving. 377445. Don't know if there's any collectibles on this bit of the line that I've not done.
If you see anything suspicious, please tell a member of staff or the police.
Nice to hear. They've got the announcements. There we go. Performance breakdown. Doesn't look like I did any speeding on that, apart from tiny little bits. And I stopped 2.7 yards away from the end at Eastbourne. Took me 32 minutes and 19 seconds. That was actually quite enjoyable. Really enjoyable. Gives me good thinking of some videos that I'm going to be doing soon, which is basically riding as a passenger without me talking. So doing the same thing as slow TV. All I'll talk about is the very beginning, saying what the route is and what the train is, and then camera will go off and you can just watch for as long or as short a time as you want. Hopefully you've enjoyed the stream if you've stayed watching it. And if you're watching it on catch up, thank you for coming. I know I've not really done much. I've just been driving trains. Yeah, tomorrow I'm going to the Great Electric Train Show. Going to do some videoing. Hopefully interview some people, as well as filming the layouts. There will be a Real Railway video uploaded for tomorrow, which was the Locomotion Services Limited Chairman's train heading north behind Class 90 90026. I filmed that this morning, but I haven't had a chance to edit it yet because of work. That will be live tomorrow, and then Monday will be the Great Electric Train Show video. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the stream, and until either the next stream or the next video, be seeing you.